from that evening, a musical relationship slash friendship was born. Even with playing music on stage with other musicians, there has to be chemistry there. And at the same time, it's like you want to be able to have chemistry away from the stage as well. Because if you have chemistry away from the stage, your show and your stage presence and everything like that is
Yeah,
going to be
and people
even
pick
greater.
up on it. Not just entertainment, what we do. We'll be talking to designers and entrepreneurs and people that's trying to get their t-shirt brand popping. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your hustle is, this is Hustlenometry 101. And we're going to all get there together.
Shag, Motown. So like I told you, I got these
Yeah, yeah,
chairman of the
Brandon.
board shirt.
Yeah,
It's
Brandon. 4-5.
That's what it is. You on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is Monday evening, 7:36. We got that TBS TNT time from back in the day.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of the No Shortcut Show. It is a pleasure to be with you all this evening. I'm rocking with my favorite DJ of all time.
Oh, what?
Your favorite DJ's favorite DJ, none other than DJ Famous. I go by the
Wow.
name of Jerry Midas Hardison. I'm a many things:
Yeah.
musician, music director, minister of music, MC, just an artist. Whatever I can get my hands on in the music field, that's what I do. Famous has been DJing for how many years, bro?
Hey man, hey, I've been DJing for about 30 years, but professionally, outside
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
bedroom, I've been DJing for a minute. I've been DJing for a
yeah,
minute.
yeah. So we both love what we do as far as what we bring to the table
Yes, sir.
musically. DJ Famous had the idea to start this platform. I was fortunate enough that he offered me a chance to be a part of it, and we just
Yeah.
wanted to have a platform to come on and chop it up with our friends, our family, those that support what we do, and give you guys the floor at times as well. But just an opportunity for us to share what we've done
Yeah.
in our respective fields, as it pertains to music. And we understand that many others out there have many other gifts, talents. You may be involved in a different industry, you provide a different service, but we just wanted to have conversations where we could possibly help shine some light in the dark, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that's a good way to put it. And we just like to get on here, once a week or so and just talk our
Yeah,
talk. And we just talk
talk our
about
talk.
whatever, man. We just some weeks we just gonna talk about what we did this weekend. You had an
Yeah,
event, I had an
absolutely.
event, what went good, what we
Hmm.
could have done differently. And it's all
Yeah,
about, sharing our knowledge. You've been in
yeah,
your fields for a long time, all these
long
years,
term.
mastered it. I've been learning and mastering what I do from my end. And we
Yeah,
got a lot of little nuggets that we want to
a lot
share.
of them.
And
And
then
sauce.
we know other people that are
Yeah,
also out here doing it in whatever their fields are, and we want to get them to
whatever it
come
may be.
on and share some of their facts and nuggets as well. Anybody who's
Right.
in the fields of what we're going to call hustlenometry.
Hustlenometry, for
Hustlenometry.
sure. And we have a few episodes in the stash, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all if you chiming in. If this is your first time, we're going live. We never going live. We've been recorded.
Yeah.
So drop us a comment. Famous, you'll be able to see the comments, I'm sure, correct?
Yeah, I can see the comments. Drop a comment. Tell us that
Yeah.
you're here. Tell us that you're listening, that you're watching. All the previous episodes are going to go up on the YouTube page, and I'll drop a link to that too so you can
Yeah.
follow us on the YouTube.
Please
Once
go
we get
subscribe.
once we get to the magic number, we're going to drop the episodes that we've done so far. I believe this
Yeah.
is episode 4, and we decided to
Hmm.
do this one live. Just do it
Yeah,
live and put
four.
it out there for
Yeah,
the
four or
peeps.
five. This may be the fifth one. I'm not. I'm
Maybe.
not
Yeah.
exactly sure, but
Yeah.
folks, while you're coming in, be sure to hit hit that like. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe.
Yeah.
This is a fresh, brand new, hot idea, and we trying to bring it to you guys.
Yeah.
So you guys also have a platform, and not only will we be possibly dropping gems and nuggets as far as what we know, but I'm looking forward to just conversations in general, whether it be with the guest or with you guys in the chat. I'm looking forward to picking up on some new things as well. So
For
that's what it's
sure.
all about: a community-based things where we can uplift each other and help each other strive toward the mark that we reaching for.
For
As we
sure.
do this thing, man.
For sure.
You
We got
did?
some amazing guests lined up coming up in the coming weeks. We have graphic designers, artists, bartenders, wedding planners, decorators, photographers, just anybody that's out here being an entrepreneur, a
Mm-hmm.
side gig, a main, whatever it is. We're going to be talking to a lot of cool folks and sharing nuggets and stories throughout all types of different industries.
Yeah, yes, unscripted conversations
Yeah,
for you
definitely.
guys. So we're excited, and
Definitely.
we understand that the attention span of most adults it's not very very long. So we're not going
Yeah.
to weary your patience with our
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
We probably target anywhere to 30 to 45 minutes. Come on,
Right.
say hi to you guys, have a quick conversation,
Hi.
let you go eat your dinner, and
Yeah.
tuck the kids in and all that good stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and speaking of unscripted, this is for real unscripted because you just said something about TBS and TNT at 7:47 p.m. Yo, why were they doing that? Why did
Maybe
they
just
have
to
to?
be different.
Yeah.
I thought about that over the years too, because I
Yeah.
used to watch, TBS, and it was
Uh-huh.
like 7:05 and
Yeah.
7:35. They was always on the 05s and 35s. Maybe it was just to be
Yeah.
different.
Remember I had to watch the
Um,
old World
but
Championship Wrestling.
yeah, oh man, I
That's what they
still
were.
I still watch podcasts occasionally. Everybody's
Yeah.
podding these days,
Yeah.
which is all personality based, and uh no two personalities are alike, which allows the podcast field or the space of podcasting to be so popular. But I still watch even wrestlers that have podcasts now, or
Yeah.
they're being interviewed, and so nowadays they're kind of revealing the secret sauce, which made it so magical back then. They kind of let you behind the curtain, so to speak, and I still enjoy that aspect as
Yeah.
well, man. And uh, many years ago, I had to not to get off subject, but
There's no
I had an
subject.
opportunity. no, no subject. I had an opportunity to have dinner with the legendary Ric Flair, man, when I was
Oh
working.
yeah.
Yeah, at Bally's up in Charlotte. I think it
Yeah.
had to be like 2000, 2007. Excuse me, 2007, 2008.
Okay.
And once I was leaving there, word got around. That was the last corporate gig I had, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But he offered, like, yo, you can't just leave. I know
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go do your music thing, but I like to, have a meal with you, send you on your
Yeah.
way. And I was like, yo, I used to watch you on TV. It was one of, but it was one of the a highlight, definitely,
Yeah.
man. Because
That's
at being
cool.
a kid and watching him, and of course nobody rooted for him
I
back
did.
then, but you had to respect what he was
Mm-hmm.
doing, right? But it's all designed that way.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I never imagined fast forward and at that time, what, 25, 30 years later, and I would
Mm-hmm.
be sitting at the table having a meal with this guy and having
Yeah.
conversations. So
Nature
yeah,
Boy.
definitely.
Every time
Nature boy.
when I was a kid, every time I'd be watching wrestling and Ric Flair was on TV, my mom would
Yeah.
come by and say, "Ric Flair's been wrestling ever since I was a little girl," and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
already
that was a
30 years ago.
popular. Yeah, they was calling him 50 something back then,
Yeah.
But he I think he started in the 70s. I want to say like
Yeah.
72 or
Yeah.
something like
I
that,
think
if
she
I'm
was
not mistaken.
exaggerating. Now that I'm
Oh,
older and I realize how old he actually is, I think she was exaggerating a little bit.
yeah, yeah, because it's no difference when we talk sports and you speak of the Dallas Cowboys and
Yeah.
the Duke Blue Devils. I mean, when you're so great and so popular,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the side eyes and side remarks, and
Yeah.
it comes with the
They've
territory.
been winning forever.
Yeah, you went in too
Yeah,
long.
that's a good meeting though. I think I remember a picture of you and Ric Flair together. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
in the
picture
gym,
floating
and he
around
used to
somewhere.
come
Yeah.
in and give me the Rolex watch, hold it for him. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? While he would work out and stuff like that, show me a couple of little maneuvers and stuff that they would do
Yeah.
occasionally. It was pretty cool, man. Pretty
That's
cool.
cool.
So much like his on TV persona, which of course is more magnified,
Yeah.
but outside of the flamboyance, that type of stuff, real cool dude, man, real cool dude.
That's cool,
I
man.
must say,
That's cool.
yeah.
I've had a couple of run-ins with some, most notably this one time I was at the 4040 Club, and
Ah,
Beyonce walked in, and I had
okay.
like I was mid bite of the biggest piece of cheesecake I've ever had in my life, and it was just like, oh, and then here
Did you
she come.
fumble?
Yeah, of course, mouth was full. Not like I was gonna do nothing anyway, but mouth was
Yeah,
full,
but
and I was
just
like,
yeah, unexpected,
yeah, yeah,
larger than life personality. You see him all over TV and videos and
yeah,
music, and you're probably not even expecting that to happen
yeah,
at that
exactly,
moment. So
exactly.
yeah, yeah, it happens though.
It happens. It happens. I
Yeah,
always
that's
say,
yeah,
yo, if I didn't have my mouth full at that moment, I would have hollered, but I wasn't gonna do
yeah.
that. I wasn't
Ain't
gonna
nothing to
holler.
say but
It
hello.
wasn't nothing to
I
say.
love your
It's like,
music. And
hey,
Brandon has a picture with Beyonce. Shout out to Brandon Stevens.
yeah,
Shout out to Mellow Groove. We had
Mellow
an
Groove, what's
opportunity to
up?
meet them in college at Winthrop University. They were on the second album, the original Destiny's Child, and
Mm-hmm.
he still got his picture with her. I got an autographed poster with the original four members. But the crazy thing is, like the following week, they came out with the was it "Say My Name"
Yeah,
video, and then it was two new members and all that good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. That
But
kind of
that's how the music business is
happened
sometimes
out
when
of
it comes
nowhere.
to yeah, when it comes to groups and stuff. So yeah, man,
That's what
good
it is.
times though, good
Good
times,
times for real, man. So
good times, good.
I was so every week so far we've had a different topic, something different that we kind
Mm-hmm.
of touch on for, like you said, 20, 25 minutes or so, kind of dedicated to one specific thing. And I was
Mm-hmm.
holding on to this one for a minute. At first,
Yeah,
when I first got it, I was like, I ain't even going to tell him ahead of time. I'm just going to let my man freestyle
yeah.
on this
I
thing.
I glanced over it.
Yeah,
Hey, actually, folks, I ain't found out we was going live till I hopped on here.
that's right. I like to throw you a little monkey wrench because you're a professional MC. So at
Oh
first I was
yeah,
like, I'm just
yeah,
going to give him this thing and I'm going to let him freestyle on every different kind of like, just like we used to do on the mic. I just throw the beat
yeah,
on and let you get busy. I said, I'm
yeah.
just going to throw this topic on and let him get busy. But then I
Unre-
ended up
un-
sending it to you anyway.
yeah,
I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
I
So
ain't
I
going to do
looked
that.
over it and everything. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah. So when I was thinking about it, man, this was really about, we're still kind of graduating through, the things to kind of stay successful, be successful in whatever your level of entrepreneurship is.
Yeah,
And, it's going to come down to how you market yourself and branding and, your websites, all this kind of stuff. But
all of that.
today, we're talking about this is a group of, I narrowed it down to 10 things that
Hmm.
you can do right now.
Right now.
Anybody can do these things, whatever your gig is. You don't it this don't have to be the highest paying gig you ever had. This don't have to be straight off the fresh website and all this kind of stuff. These are 10 things you can do right now to make sure you're giving yourself the best opportunity to
Yeah,
succeed.
want
You
to
know what I'm
put
saying?
yourself in position for sure.
Put yourself in position. So we're gonna
Hmm.
start this thing off. I'm gonna run off starting from 10,
All
and
right, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit now that we switched the view. Zoom myself out.
10
Yeah.
things that you can do right now to level up your game.
All right.
Number 10 is that
Attitude.
attitude.
Number 10, man. I think attitude is everything, man. Because gosh, where do I start? I
Yeah.
mean, and fortunately for me, I had parents that really cared about, you know what I'm saying, about the little things. As far as teaching us to be pleasant. I saw how my dad and my mom would, if they stepped outside and the neighbors was in the yard and they were farming, they would speak from across the street. Hey, how you doing today? It's a beautiful day today, huh? So and things like that, and with attitude, having a pleasant attitude, because nobody wants to be around a negative Nancy. You become draining,
Yeah.
so having the proper attitude really not only helps you, it helps those around you.
Yeah.
When you can come into a room and pick everybody up,
Yeah.
so to speak, and that that's everything, man. Having the right attitude, I think, will get you a seat at a table sometimes that you might not be able to get on your talent alone. But sometimes having the right attitude and being pleasant, I think that's very, very important. And feel free to chime in if
Yeah.
you would like
I
to.
was thinking this kind of goes back to what we were talking about in one of the earlier weeks when we were just from our space, from the performance space. We were talking about how when you and I do a show together, as soon as we walk in the door, even though we're setting
Oh,
up, we're
yeah,
already kind of having a party within ourselves, and stuff
yeah.
like that is infectious. You go into whatever your gig is with a good
Mm-hmm.
attitude. As soon as you walk in there, even if you walking in there to an hour and a half of setup time before you get started with whatever you were paid to do,
That's
just as
right.
soon as they see you, you're representing your brand. So they
Mm-hmm.
see us, and we're already cutting up and cracking up from whatever when we
Oh,
ever walk in the
yeah.
door. They want to get in on that party too, and they're already it's disarming. So people who are
Yeah,
already like, oh, this is a
for
fun guy.
sure.
This is going to be a
For
good night, or
sure.
this is going to, or we definitely
Yeah.
hired the right guy, or we hired the right girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because your
And
attitude
what
from
I
the moment.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that part, like, when you and I, like when you're DJing and I'm MCing, we're there specifically to provide a good time. So it's important that we kind of get ourselves upbeat and ready and whatever that encompasses. But that also translates to the crowd that we're entertaining
For sure,
for that evening. I
for
feel
sure.
I feel very strongly
Yeah, and I've
about
seen
that.
that with y'all with the band too. When I see, I'll already be there when y'all come in and y'all starting to set up and the band is setting up. You can just
Yeah,
see the camaraderie already with just getting in setup time and little sound
right.
checking. It's just not business, business, work, work, work. Let's get this thing
Yeah,
done. It's just
yeah.
it's creating the right atmosphere and good state of mind.
Absolutely.
So that's number
Absolutely.
10 is that attitude. Number
Mm.
9, being
Being
coachable.
coachable.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. Being coachable is very important. Even if you think about sports, right? Let's just put it in terms of sports. As great as Michael Jordan was, as great as Kobe was, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. As great as LeBron James is, I mean, I'm speaking basketball, but as great as these players are, they still had a coach, and they had a coach that they respected and that they listened to, right? As great as they were. So being coachable is important because no matter how good you are or how much you never know everything. And
Yeah.
you can always um, look to someone who's been there, done that, or who has the knowledge. You can always um, take something from them. So I
Right.
feel like being coachable is very important. And I think that also intertwines with attitude, with the
Yeah.
one we just discussed,
That's true.
because having the right attitude allows you to have the proper perspective where you understand you can still be coached.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the opposite of that would be like a know-it-all type of attitude or arrogance where you feel like nobody can you've done it all. Nobody can
Yeah.
show you anything. And that's one reason why I always stress when we come on is like we don't want to come across like we know everything.
Right.
We can share what we know, but also we can learn from the audience or learn from our guests. So yeah, being
Yeah.
being coachable. You can always learn something, that's what life is in general.
Yeah.
A process of learning and applying.
And
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
about growth, just like with us, with me, I'm still learning now. Like
Hmm.
jokingly, I've been DJing 30 years, but when I moved off of nightclubs and bars into more private events and weddings and stuff like that, if I came into this scene thinking I already know what I'm doing because I'm a DJ, I've been DJing all this time, y'all can't teach me nothing. I
Right.
would have fell right on my face, man. But I'm still
Yeah.
learning now. I found, a couple of good mentors in this space that I'm still learning from right now at
Right.
40 something years old that have
Yeah.
been willing to throw me some of their nuggets. And this is what
Yeah.
I did. This is how I messed up. This is what you should be looking like, that kind of stuff. And you got
Hmm.
to be willing to receive that if you want to grow. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, you're going to stay in your little box, your niche, you're good at it. But this is all about that level up. You know.
Yeah, key word I think you hit it on the head was mentor. I think everybody that is successful to whatever level,
Yeah.
you have to. There's some sort of mentorship involved, whether directly or indirectly. You
Yeah.
have to have a OG or some, some
A
sort of
OG.
a person that's more experienced in
Yeah.
your field. All right, please link up with those folks.
Yeah,
Please,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
it's
Whatever
highly
that space
important.
is, whether it be photography or entertainment, just be somebody's roadie for a day. Learn what
Yeah.
what equipment they're using, or what software they're working on, because it's
Hmm.
so much stuff out here that you just don't know, even though you
Right.
think you got it. It's ever changing, ever
Yeah.
changing.
Always room to
Check
learn
th-
more for
check
sure.
this out. Being prepared. Come
Being
on.
prepared, that
Yeah.
is very important. I
Yeah.
give you an example of what I do as far as band rehearsals.
Mhm.
So being prepared saves you time, right? Like for instance, so say we have a chairman of the board rehearsal on a Monday or a Tuesday, but I try to go into rehearsals already knowing the material,
Yeah.
right? So no matter what the situation is, it's like I try to get some sort of head start. If we're working on something new, I've gone over it before I go to rehearsal. For me, that because it's easier to learn my stuff when it's just me listening to the record and playing keys along with it than trying to learn when the bass player is playing, when the drums are clack, clack, clacky, clacky, when the
Yeah.
guitar is doing this thing. Is I can't learn at that moment. So I prepare for even rehearsals. But beyond that, being prepared, you take all the pressure off yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can just show up and do what you got to do, and you can prepare in a tangible sense where you're doing this, you're getting stuff in order, doing this and that, but you can also prepare by visualizing stuff before you do it as well,
Yeah.
But preparation is everything. And I think it's for the preservation of yourself so you don't stress yourself out,
For
especially
sure.
when it comes to an actual performance environment. That's
Yeah.
already like gets you you're up already, right? You're excited, maybe adrenaline going, even though it's internalized most of the time, but being prepared just allows you to focus on that one task at
Yeah.
hand and deliver.
Also with that is being mentally prepared.
For sure.
You
That's the
gotta,
the visualization and all that. Yeah.
yeah, you don't, in the performance space specifically too, you don't want to go into, a big event still thinking about what happened last night, or
Right.
little somebody
Yeah. Got
ruffled
to
your
clear that
feathers early.
headspace.
You got to clear that headspace, and you got to,
Got
like you
to.
said, being prepared is so important. I can't do somebody's wedding on Saturday and I'm just looking at their music on Friday for the first time.
Right.
I can't do that. I refuse to, and that goes for any space. You
Now
spend the week or whatever.
if you did it, how would you feel if you say case of scenario, you got a wedding to do and it's like a day or two before and you haven't even looked at the
Yeah.
list or whatever. How would that make you feel?
It would. I'd be nervous. I get up in there Saturday like I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do if this happened or if this happened. It leaves a whole lot
Right.
of room for surprises because you
Right.
didn't prepare. You didn't walk yourself through it. All right. I kind of get a flow for how this night's gonna go. This into that. This into that. But if you
Mm-hmm.
don't really prepare and you don't really look at it ahead of time, just because, oh, I know Bruno Mars songs out the back of my head, but you just
Right.
gotta make room for the little things. Anything
Yeah.
that could happen will probably
Mm-hmm.
happen.
Yeah.
Will probably happen. I remember what I saw a long time ago. Ray Lewis said something like talking about how he prepares, for a
Oh,
game,
he's a
and he
beast.
said, I always remember this. He said, the Baltimore Ravens pay me for what I do between Monday and Friday, and
Uh.
Sunday they get that for free
Oh man.
because the
Yeah.
work is what he's doing all week long to
Right.
prepare for the
Nah,
event.
that's
You know what I'm
that's that's
saying? So
nice.
when and that goes into when people talk about how much a band costs these days, how much musicians cost, how much a DJ costs. It's about the preparation. You're not paying me to
Yeah.
show up there Saturday and play some tunes. You're paying me
Yeah,
to
that's part of
prepare.
it.
That's part of it, but you're paying me
Yeah.
because I prepared for this, the hours and hours that we spent into your day, into
Oh
making
yeah.
sure everything's going to go off without a hitch, and make sure I know who's going to be where and what your mother-in-law's last name is, and make sure I don't introduce your stepdad with your mom and your real dad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All these
Yeah.
things we got
And
to work out.
and usually we missing a meal when we're entertaining, you
That
know. So
too.
shout out to everybody who offers that
Yes.
meal as part of the compensation package. We appreciate you.
Or being prepared by stopping on the way and getting a little a coke
Yeah.
and a soda and a pack of
Yeah.
chips or something.
Yeah.
Either way, just be prepared. Be prepared for
Cheese
everything.
nabs.
Cheese, a
Right.
coke and a nab. Number 7, I
Doing
love this
extra.
one. Doing extra. We hated it
Mm.
in school, but it really works out now. Doing extra work.
Yeah. I mean, that's in the simplest way, and what comes to mind is like you can never harm yourself by doing extra. You can never harm someone who hired you for your services by doing extra. Doing extra is beneficial no matter where you do extra at,
Yeah, it
right?
really is. It's extra.
Huh?
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
extra.
extra. I mean,
Yeah.
but you know, and you could put that in a different term is like going above and beyond. Go above, exceed expectations
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
if not all the time,
Yeah.
exceed the expectations.
Yeah.
And that kind of would, I guess, would kind of coexist with being prepared as well. But sometimes say if you DJing a wedding reception, you've already been compensated and everybody's having a good time, it's time to pull the plug, you might give them an extra 15, 20 more minutes,
I've done that. I've done that. And then
yeah.
also in that same space, and again, we're talking about this from the entertainment and event and musician space because that's what we do, but this can be
That's
applied
what we
to
do
all things.
anywhere.
But when I thought about the doing extra part, I think about how, like, for example, when I go to do a gig for a wedding, I tend to show up about 2 hours early. Even if it's
Hmm.
10 minutes from my house, I get there 90 minutes to 2 hours early. It takes me about
Yeah.
20 minutes to set up my stuff. But
You
after
got to
I'm all
fill the
set up
space.
and everything feels good, I start looking at if I can help the people that are still setting up, the decorators, or help y'all get these chairs situated, help y'all get these tables set up. You know,
Hmm.
kind of gives everybody a good feeling. Even if they don't accept that, you offered, hey, you need some help with
Yeah.
lighting these
Yeah.
candles, with the helping you set these linens, just little stuff like that, kind of helps people
Indeed.
remember you. And specific to our spaces, you know, who they gonna think about the next time they need to refer a musician or
Right.
refer a DJ. This guy,
Yeah.
not only did he do a great job, but he
Yeah.
also was willing to help us out in a bind, moving some
Hmm.
chairs around, rearranging some furniture. That's not what I was there to do, but I'm just here to help to make sure everybody wins. That's just doing a
Yeah.
little bit extra. Doing a
And you
little extra.
stand out.
Exactly. Because I,
Yeah.
I want them to remember me before anybody else.
Hmm.
Be
Oh,
passionate
passion.
about it. Be passionate about
Man.
it.
If you don't have the passion, you missing, that's the key
Yeah.
ingredient, man. You
Yeah.
try to make chicken wings with no chicken.
Trying to put cornmeal on that thing.
Yeah, buddy. Hey,
Come
listen,
on.
passion is everything
It
because
is.
passion will make you will give you motivation when you don't even really have it some days,
Yeah.
but that's the key ingredient to anything dealing with entrepreneurship, uh or being a boss, whatever, however you want to look at it, but you got to have passion for what it is that you do. And I've heard, and this is kind of cliche at this moment, but it like whatever your passion is, you would kind of do it for free anyway, right? If
Exactly.
that allow that to help you, allow that phrase to help you gauge what you may
Yeah.
be passionate about, because I would say only start a business or only be an entrepreneur about a service or a talent, whatever the case, that you're passionate about,
Yeah.
because that is the key ingredient to the whole thing. If you lack passion, you're gonna lack everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when I saw this one, I was thinking about how you communicate what you do to someone that's trying to find out what you do. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you communicate that if you got that passion in your voice when you're talking about, like when I talk about DJing, you even over
Mm-hmm.
the phone, you can hear that smile in my voice. You can hear my
Yeah.
face light up when I talk about music or when I talk about, you know, weddings and things like that. You can hear that that's something I'm really passionate about. It's not just a
Mm-hmm.
job. It's not like, yeah, you know, I do DJing and I do weddings and I do this. You can just hear it. You can hear it
Oh
in my
yeah.
voice that, yo, this guy really loves what he's doing and he loves talking
Yeah.
about what he's doing. You can
Yeah. Because you
tell.
can't fake it. You can't fake.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out. You know,
Yeah.
whatever it is that, and like some of these people with their sports teams, they're passionate about that.
Yeah.
Now they're not getting a check or anything from that.
Right. Yeah, but
They
they're
act like
passionate about
they act
it.
like they do,
Yeah.
but that's the same thing. It's just being passionate. Like you really stand behind what it is that you do. You really love it.
Hmm.
You really enjoy it, and even if you weren't getting paid for it, you would probably still be doing it as a hobby because you love it that much.
Exactly.
You can't run from something that you're passionate about.
Yeah. Yeah, I've said, I DJ'd for a long time before I got dollar one. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But it's
It's
just
like
something
that
I love to
sometimes,
do.
but yeah, you're paying dues,
Yeah. Yeah.
so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
But when you pay those dues, when you as you you know progress in your journey, you appreciate. You can always reflect on paying those dues,
For
and
sure.
that keeps you in a level headspace, I
For
believe.
sure. For sure. I love that, man. A couple of these are
Yeah,
kind of redundant, but we're going to touch them
yeah.
anyway because of that body language.
Diego,
You
touch the
know,
body
we're going to
language.
touch, we're going to touch the body language
Yeah.
because
Oh,
it
folks,
is important.
yeah, I just want to remind everybody real quick. If you're on live with us right now at the moment, please go. Do you have a link for the that you could put up for the YouTube part? Or are we on YouTube as well
No, we're on
as Facebook
Facebook
right
right
now?
now, but we'll put a link up. Hello, Miss
Yeah.
Faith Hardison.
Is that my sister?
Yeah, she's in the
Hey.
house. She's in the
Yeah,
house.
shout out to my sister Faith. We probably have to have her on sometime. She has a business by the name of A Touch of Faith, and she has handmade creations, you know, whether they're wreaths, bows, all types of stuff. You want to decorate your front door, you
Yeah,
know, you want to decorate your home, your dinner table, whatever it is that you want to do,
yeah.
man. She makes custom t-shirts, all of that stuff. So now
We
I'm giving you
will
a plug right there.
we will
Huh?
be getting Faith Hardison on the podcast to
Yeah.
talk about her products.
My brother probably too. He does online, you know, he has an online shopping business and all of that stuff. So I'm just throwing that out there too,
Cool, cool,
you
cool.
know, since my sister's on. But we just chilling. Welcome
Yeah.
to the No Shortcut Show.
My man
You know,
Matthew
with DJ
Krasnoff is
Famous.
in the house as well. What's up, Matt?
Okay, okay.
Glad you're enjoying it. Matthew says good stuff. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're enjoying it. I'm
And
gonna stick a link up to the YouTube page, which is where all of our episodes will live. But we'll do a
yeah.
few of them live like this as well, man. I'm glad you're
Yeah,
enjoying it. Thanks for
we in the
stopping by.
process of getting these subscriptions up, you know, in
Yeah,
the meantime. And guys, again, I didn't know we were going live until I got on here tonight. So,
I
but
didn't
it's
either.
all good.
I
Yeah,
didn't
but
either.
hey, that's what we do. That's what we do. All
Yeah,
right, so we're gonna get back on task now.
it's
So,
kind of
body language.
body
Yeah,
language. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, body language, man. Body language is important from the standpoint of because you can give off a message right without even saying anything, you know. So if someone's got their arms crossed or something like that, that means you what they say that means like okay, you're not open or
yeah,
whatever. If you got the slump shoulders and you know like that's horrible for
yeah,
someone who's trying to provide a service or
yeah,
you know or you or entrepreneur, you know.
yeah.
No, your body language got to be, you know, head up, you know, not all in the clouds and stuff, but you know, have good
Man,
posture, have your shoulders up, things of that nature,
I'm so
you know.
guilty of this because back until probably very recently, like in the last few years, I would be DJing and I'd be like straight up,
Into the jump.
head down,
Yeah,
really paying attention to what I'm doing on the tables and on the
yeah,
screen, looking up at the crowd every once in a while, but my facial expression and my body language, I've learned that I was probably very unapproachable. you know,
You had the RBF.
yeah, I had the yes, I got the RBF, and that's why a lot of times when we work together, people were always coming up to you trying to
Yeah,
talk to you and having fun and asking you to they're making requests through you
yeah,
because they think you're
right.
the DJ because you're the one that's exuding that body
Engaging.
language and you're engaging. And I was
Yeah,
just like head to the scratch,
focused
scratch,
on.
scratch, scratch. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
yeah,
was
yeah.
focused on the task and I'm enjoying what I do. Like we said, I'm
Right,
passionate about DJing, but I
for
wasn't
sure.
necessarily exuding that with my body
Yeah,
language, people would think
yeah,
because of just the way my face looks that I might
yeah,
be mad
yeah.
about it, or
Nah, you
I
just
may not want to
focus.
talk to nobody.
Yeah, yeah. And I would say that the most important key to body language, especially if you're in a position of being an entrepreneur or providing a service, is a smile.
Yeah,
Your biggest man. That's your biggest weapon, for lack of a better term, is if in your body language. Yes, have a certain posture about yourself where you are at least appealing or you appear to be interested in what you're doing. But when you make eye contact with people, don't be afraid to smile at them. Don't be
yeah,
afraid to. You can smile with your eyes too. There's different little techniques because even with us wearing these masks, we can still tell when
yeah.
somebody's smiling, right? So yeah,
When
but
those
you
eyes go
definitely,
up,
yeah, yeah, but definitely utilize smile incorporated with the body language.
that's cool. Yeah, this one's kind of in the same vein, but it kind of touches on just your energy and what you're giving off, not just body language, but it's kind of a combination of attitude,
Oh
body
yeah.
language, and all these things and passion kind of mixed into what kind of energy you're giving out.
Hmm. Yeah. Also, yeah, I agree with what you said. Like we spoke earlier about, attitude and things and body language. I feel like if your attitude is proper and your body language is proper, then your energy gonna be proper,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, having good energy is a great thing also because you want to create a whole atmosphere around what it is that you do, and sometimes it's done subconsciously, just because fortunately for me, I was kind of given these tools definitely by my parents and how they raised us and stuff. So it's kind of a
hold on.
subconscious thing.
Speaking of
Is my
speaking of
mom on?
speaking of your parents,
Yeah,
speaking of
yeah,
your
yeah. My
parents,
family, man. Shout out to my family. They are huge supporters in
yes,
everything
for
that
sure,
I
we
do, and
appreciate you. Thanks for being here,
yeah,
Miss Frances Hardison.
yeah, and I totally wouldn't be able to reach whatever heights that I have reached, without their support. So
Yeah,
I'm very, very grateful. I always make sure to say that when I see them.
for sure, for
But
sure, we
energy is
appreciate
everything
it.
as well as attitude and body language.
It sure is, as well as the effort. The effort.
Mm.
See, number three and number two are kind of be in that same vein. But when I was thinking
Hmm.
about the effort, I'm thinking about like no matter what the gig is, no matter what the price point was for, or even if it was something you was doing for a look, and we talked
Yeah.
about that in the previous episode as well.
Hmm.
Doing certain
Hmm.
things for the look, what kind of effort are you putting into it? Are you putting in the effort of what you're getting paid, or are you putting in the effort of what you want to be getting paid?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like whether if it's say a band situation, whether it's 100 people inside or some of these festivals we play, where there's several thousands of people outdoors, still gonna approach it the same way,
Yeah,
and that's just integrity within yourself
yeah,
and the work that you put in to prepare. So I think the effort has a lot to do with the integrity that you have in yourself as far as what you're about to do, if you're about to perform or if you're about to create something or you're about to make something. So your only competition really is yourself to a certain extent,
yeah, yeah,
or should I say just measure yourself against yourself as far as when it comes to to effort. Maybe
Yeah.
competition was the wrong word, but measure your effort, measure yourself against yourself
Right. Right.
when
I
it
hear what
comes
you
to
mean.
effort. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to say, oh, it's not very many people here tonight, so just gonna kind
Yeah.
of,
Yeah. Just
nah,
kind
that
of,
then
kind
you're
of,
cheating yourself.
exactly. And then you know what happens when you do that too is after the fact, then you start thinking
Hmm.
about what you could have done differently. Like, oh, I probably could have did this or I could have did that.
Yeah,
You don't want to leave anything on the table, you know?
yeah, and furthermore, that one opportunity where where it may seem like it's a light crowd, whatever, whatever, but that if you handle it, you carry it the same because that one opportunity still could lead to a following opportunity.
Yeah.
So allow your effort to always be the same, no
Yeah.
matter what the situation, circumstances may be. Am I
For sure.
lagging a little bit, or I'm
Yeah.
cool?
No, it's lagging a little bit, but it catches up. It'll
Okay,
catch itself back up,
okay.
and we'll see what it turns out on the post production
Hmm. Now we on work ethic.
work
Wow,
ethic.
work ethic.
Yeah.
How do we let's see sum that up? I think that's definitely important. I think work ethic. You either have good habits or you have bad habits. You
Yeah.
know, and also you understand like there's a certain amount of there's competition within every industry or whatever service you provide. If you whatever you do, there's always competition. So I think it's important to have a good work ethic, which allows your sword to stay sharp.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if I'm a musician, that means some nights if I'm not playing, I'm what they call shedding. I'm playing, I may be creating some music or I'm
Hmm.
pulling up some music and playing along with some stuff. That's part of work ethic to me. It's
Yeah.
like doing stuff when you don't have to, but it's that stuff that you're doing is going to help improve or keep you at the same level where you are. I just want to keep your iron sharp.
Yeah. And we just got a comment from Faith about
Yeah, I can't.
effort. She
What she
says,
say?
effort is all about giving your all, even when you're small. Bars.
Yeah, yeah. We all lyricists.
Yes. That's a bar
Nah,
right there.
facts. Thank you, Faith, for
I love
chiming in
that.
with that
I love
comment.
that.
But yeah. So we just having a brief discussion. Again, this is the No Shortcut Show, and we just like
Yeah.
to have conversations where we use our platform to enlighten others, and then they can enlighten us as well. Keep each other inspired in whatever our fields of expertise may happen to be.
For sure. Make sure you I'll drop a link in here, but also just if you can go on the YouTube and you can find No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame and
Yeah,
subscribe to the YouTube channel. What's up, Matthew Hardison as well?
that's my brother
What's
right there. The
happening?
whole
What's
fans
happening,
coming
Captain?
through. Yeah, so that's my brother. I was telling you about. He got the online store and everything.
Yeah,
Smooth
yeah, I've been
sales. So
seeing it. I've been
we got a
seeing it.
whole family of entrepreneurs and stuff like that.
This
So
is what
yeah,
we're
and they
talking
support
about.
me, man. We all try to support each other. Glad the fam could be here tonight.
Everybody got their PhDs in hustlenometry. For
Yeah,
sure. For
very
sure.
fortunate, man. Very
Yeah, so we
fortunate.
just been talking about no matter what level you're at in your business and your passion and your hustle, these are
Hmm.
things that everybody can do. You don't need the
Yeah.
biggest website, you don't need the most amount of followers. These are things that no matter what your gig is, these are things that you can do. It don't cost you nothing, but it's going to
Hmm.
help you level up. It's going to help you gain traction. It's going to help you get on that list of preferred people in whatever that industry is. And we had a top
Yeah.
10, and we've made it to number one,
Number
numero
one. What's
uno.
the drum roll it in,
This is
huh?
like, oh
Well,
man,
this is
this
in
is
no
a,
particular order though.
yeah, it wasn't really in a particular order, but this is like a no, it should be a no brainer,
Okay.
but it's not.
What we got?
I'm telling you,
Number
it's not.
one.
It still happens, but I don't know why we can't just be on time.
Being on time.
That's
Being
so
on
important.
time. That is everything. Being on time, man. that is the ultimate sign of a professional. And even get there a little bit early, not just being on time. But and you know what else? Being on time, it not only benefits the person that you're providing the service for and things, but it benefits you because you can get there wherever you're going, whatever the gig may happen to be, or if you got a pop-up shop, whatever the case. Got you. Yeah, whatever the case, being on time, you're helping yourself because when you're rushing, then everything falls apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't stress that even more, especially when myself having to go somewhere and play music, whether it be at church or we got to go set up to play locally, or even being on the road. Being on time is mainly for yourself, in my opinion. Is mainly for yourself. It allows you to get there, scope out the area, feel the energy of the
Yeah.
place, kind of getting your calm before you do what it is that you showed up to do.
For
But I
sure.
will say, running behind and rushing, it's
Not the
hard to get
way.
that calm. You can't get that calm. My
Yeah, you
sister got
never.
another
Yeah,
comment.
then yeah. Faith says about work ethic. It's going hard
Uh-huh.
for other people's gigs, meaning like your 9 to 5, before you can go hard for your own gig. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I still have
Mm-hmm.
that 9 to 5 as well, and I still aside from my businesses, so I know exactly what you mean. And I works, just like Faith is saying, I work super
Yeah.
hard on my day job, just like I do with DJing. You know,
Right. And that goes back to the passion. It's
it's the
all
passion.
all of these things,
Just
all of these things are intertwined, but they all work together. It's like making a cake. You can't just have eggs. You can't just have flour. You can't just have
yeah,
sugar.
yeah,
You can't just have vanilla extract. You gotta
yeah,
you or just icing. You definitely can't. Well, some people just eat icing.
yeah. You
You
can,
you
you
wasn't one
can.
of those where you.
No, no, I didn't. Give me a stomach
But
ache, man. Give me a
yeah,
stomach ache.
but when combined
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
right, and then you put those ingredients after you mix them and you put them in the oven, and that's the
Yeah,
time, So yeah, all of these things we've talked about tonight, they all work together to help
they
propel
do.
you a step or two or three
I got a couple more
ahead.
comments here. Faith says, being on time is being early, and that is the
Yeah,
truth right there.
yeah,
That's what I was
yeah,
saying
yeah,
earlier. When I get to my gigs, I'm there 2 hours early. At the very least, I'm 90 minutes early,
yeah,
and
because you got to
most of the time I'm
set up,
I gotta set up, and I
sound
gotta
check.
leave room to have forgotten something or leave
Yeah.
room for something to go wrong. Like if I can plug
Hmm.
in, I still got an hour to run to Walmart if one of my cords blew out or something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
yeah,
still got
yeah.
plenty of time
Or
being early.
go grab a couple of 9 volts.
Go exactly. Yes. Oh, got to go back and get them batteries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
them
my
nine
man
volts
Matt
for the cordless
Krasnoff,
mic.
my Matt, I don't know if Matt Krasnoff, he might have not been here for the first part of the show
Okay.
when you was talking about the Nature Boy, but he's a big Nature Boy fan as well. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, we was talking about Ric Flair
talking
earlier
about Ric Flair.
podcast, the whole TBS
Yeah.
705,
But Matt says
735.
being on time is a sign of a professional, and that's right.
For
That
sure, for
is for
sure.
sure.
Yeah. And
Shout
and
out to
again,
Matt.
it's to help you, so you can get there, survey everything, have adequate time to for setup. If you're doing music, you get a proper sound check, and then depending on the scenario, like some of our bigger gigs, we sound check and all that stuff. Then we can have a little downtime
Yeah.
and have a bite to eat. Then we change and come back out
Or
and do the
a little
show.
mingle time, a little meet and greet prior to kind of let everybody know who you are, what you're gonna do, and
Yeah,
you might get a couple other customers because you got there early enough to kind of chat them up a bit.
absolutely,
That's what that is.
absolutely. I agree, one
Man,
hundred
these
percent.
were 10 things that require zero skills.
Mm-hmm.
So you can all do this.
And
Everyone can.
zero money, and more
Yeah,
importantly,
exactly. Zero money.
yeah.
It just takes the right attitude, the right work ethic, giving off the
Mm-hmm.
right energy and passion, like we talked about. I think this was
Yeah.
good, my man. What about you?
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure to say the least.
For
When we when
sure.
we get when we get together and chop veggies.
For sure. For sure. So be sure to check us out. We're gonna do this once a week. Sometimes we'll go live like this, but we'll give you a bigger heads up when we're gonna go live.
Yeah,
This one was
can I
kind
get
of
a bigger heads up?
Yes,
too?
yes, pause. Yes, pause. We'll give you a bigger heads up when we're gonna go live. But it'll be on the YouTube channel at No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame. It'll be on the Facebook, and we'll just keep on doing this weekly, and we'll talk to you all, and we'll get some of your input too. We'll get Miss Faith on the podcast. We'll get Matthew on the podcast as
Yeah,
well.
we'll line them up. We
A whole bunch of entrepreneurs on here tonight.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, like, it can be a little networking situation where people come on and see what it is someone else does, and I'm looking for that sort of thing, and we try to just build a little community, where we can all share knowledge, and if we can help each other in any way away from the LED, the screen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
We can do that as well.
We can definitely do that. We can definitely do that, and we can connect some people together. We have business folks, and we're here. We have online store owners. We have mortgage lender, my man Matt. So we got somebody for everything.
Oh yeah, and please stay tuned, folks. We just getting everything off the ground. Real good. This is the captain speaking. You know what I mean? We're just getting everything off the ground real good. We still got the ideas we throwing around. We do have a few episodes in the can, which we're gonna start releasing once we get our subscriptions to the magic number that we're desiring. So please share this with your friends. Text them, put it on your Facebook, things like that. So, it's going to be exciting. It's a new venture, and it's exciting. We're excited about it.
Yeah, and
we thank you all.
Check the link for, where the notification came up that we were going live today. Check the comments on that, because I'm going to put the link to the YouTube page in the comments there. And as always, you can follow my guy Midas at Midas J Hard on the Insta.
Yeah,
and
Instagram.
FMG Event Co. FMG Event Co. is where you can find me and all my shenanigans on Instagram.
Yeah.
Stop by and say hi.
You heard?
And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Yeah.
How about it?
Hopping on and hanging out with us. Appreciate your time. Please stay tuned. We're gonna do this again real soon. Peace and love.
For sure.
God bless. You heard?
Yo.